Welcome to Uncaged. Today we're speaking with Shannon I Can Lady Battle. Shannon, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today? And thank you, first of all, for having me on your show.
Oh, I'm excited to have you on the show. I'm excited to talk with you, and it gives me a chance to talk to somebody in my favorite state, North Carolina, and find out what's going on. Shannon's doing some amazing stuff. She is the president of Family Services of America. She has administrative oversight of foster care placement and mental health programs for staff and families in North Carolina. That's obviously a very important role these days, and I'm excited to get into that and learn more about what you're working on there, Shannon. But before we get there, tell us a little bit about you and your career.
Oh, thank you. A little bit about me to sum me up is I am a wife of almost 30 years. We have 5 children. I'm a grandmother now, and I am
Congratulations.
a business. Thank you. I know I'm a happy grandmother. And I am a business owner and leader in my community. So just juggling a lot as a woman just trying to thrive in the life that I've been given and thrive in this bodysuit I've been given while I still have breath. So I'm just taking it day by day and enjoying the journey.
That's amazing. And tell me more. I mean, you are in this leadership role at Family Services of America. Tell me more about where things are for what you and the team are up to there.
So, family services, it actually cultivated from a previous company that I owned, ICANN and Associates. I started my own business when I was 22 years old, and it was a group home. So, we did
Mm,
residential placement. Within a matter of a year and a half, we opened up 3 residential facilities that treated at-risk youth. And so
hmm
we did that for about 10 years. And then from that point, when policy changed,
Yeah.
when uh when things just started taking a shift in our state, we had to re-strategize and figure out what were we going to do to pivot because we could no longer effectively offer that service. And so that's when we came up with Family Services of America, and I dissolved ICANN, and we started doing foster care placement services. We did that because there was a higher need and it was cost effective in terms of where the state was shifting
hmm
their dollars with the budget in putting children in a least restrictive environments. So foster care is more, community oriented in your home setting, not facility based. And they
Right.
were really trying to migrate towards getting away from all of that. And that's where we just stepped in, and we've been providing the service since 2010. And as a result of doing that, now we're doing outpatient mental health services, and we've contracted with our local community school, Cumberland County Schools, and we have therapists in many of the schools in Cumberland County.
Wow. I mean, I tell you, these are really important topics, and I'm curious really to get your take, Shannon, on, where we are. You just outlined some shifts that had happened over the last decade in terms of policy. But foster care is a big topic, as well as certainly I would say the mental health space in general for every part of America. Do you think we're making progress? Or what's the status?
I do believe we're making progress. And when we talk foster care, when we talked about it years ago, we excluded mental health oftentimes
Mm,
because foster care, you think of just, okay, children being removed from the home, not recognizing that is a serious, significant trauma component when you remove a child from their family, regardless of what the
mm,
home setting is like. And then when
yeah.
you have, complicated, complex issues in the home, on top of taking the children away from their parents, then now we do have a correlation with mental health and foster care. So I really think we're growing because a lot of the trainings that our states require us to have, our accreditation standards, they require require an element of trauma-informed care. So whether you're doing
Mm.
it as an evidence-based practice that in your organization, you will have some part of your that curriculum in teaching our foster parents, all of our stakeholders and people who are connected with the service, how to approach trauma from the position of understanding where it comes from, how it resonates within our kids, and what we can do to support them.
And Shannon, I mean, where did the "I Can Lady" slogan nickname come from?
So I Can started back in '99. My husband, he started a clothing line called I Can. He got it from Billy Graham, but it was during a tragedy, of the Columbine High School shooting, and he was in the military active duty. So when he started the clothing line I Can, I was working and I had this dream about opening up a facility. And when I did the dream, I had to figure out what I was going to name the facility. It was I Can and Associates. And then from I Can and Associates, I used to produce a teen talk show. And that was addressing different life skill issues that kids have and helping them develop better social and coping skills. And that
Hmm.
show was called the I Can Show. So as
Oh,
I was
great.
doing everything I can, someone just started calling me the I Can lady. Like, you're
It
just
it's
I
it
Can
certainly
lady.
sounds like that. I can imagine myself being that person who say, "Oh, that's the I Can Lady."
Yes. I have it on my license plate. I have it on all my branding, just I Can Lady. So then when people meet me, they're like, "Oh, you're I Can Lady." So it just naturally sticks. But the women that I work with, when I'm helping them through coaching or mentoring, they become I Can Ladies, and they start saying, "Well, I'm an I Can Lady now." So
That's
it's
great.
a universal tag.
That's great. Well, I mean, building the next generation of I Can ladies is
Yes.
absolutely critical. I also just love the idea that you have an idea and that you're making it happen. And I mean, that's the beauty of the slogan. That's why I think it sticks. But Shannon, I mean, tell me a little bit more. I mean, these are big topics that you work on. Where does the passion come from for this type of work?
The passion comes from experience.
Mm,
So I did publish a book, The Power of I Can, and it talks a little bit about my experience when I'm public speaking. I talk about it, so it's okay now. My mom and I, we have a great relationship, but I am the product of a child with parents who were addicted to substances. So
right.
my life was very challenging growing up. I experienced a lot of things that most kids haven't experienced that were in strong, stable households. And I always knew that I wanted kids to have a better opportunity than what I did. I knew that if they had the right support, if they had the right encouragement, then it didn't matter where they grew up or how their parents were, that they would have, they had a great opportunity to start exactly where they were if they maximized their resources. So I'm very passionate when it comes to helping people who have struggles in mental health, have struggles with substance use, like how people will sometimes show videos and make jokes of, people who have disabilities. I don't find those funny because a
Yeah.
lot of us, we're just really one incident away from that being us. And I'm not saying that no, you're going to go out there and use drugs, if that's not your thing, but you go out there and get into a car accident and you get a brain injury or something and you become developmentally disabled. Now you could become that meme that people are laughing at. So, I just really try to get people to understand that just because someone appears to be different in terms of how we categorize people doesn't mean that they still don't have purpose. So that's where that comes from, because I really believe that we all have a purpose in here on earth, whether it's to, serve somebody else in where they are, or somebody trying to figure out how to help us, to grow to whatever the next level, but it's about community.
Yeah, and I mean, we have communities right now, really across the US, that are challenged with a lot of these issues that you're highlighting. I mean, foster care is can be these steps that you're making are positive steps forward in improving that foster care experience. Mental health in general is just causing a lot of problems in cities across the country. I mean, you hear about the challenges in San Francisco and in New York. I mean, what thoughts or ideas do you have for those folks as they try to tackle those kind of bigger, broader issues?
It's a common slogan that we hear all the time, that we've heard
Mm,
always growing up: "See something, say something." And
mm,
it's sad when we have people that are suffering that work with us and we never
hmm.
know. We
Yeah.
never stop to just say, "Are you okay?" Or, people are very private about things that they need to be talking about, worried
Yeah.
about somebody's going to find out, but they're suffering in silence. And,
Yeah.
they're eating away at life, and
Yeah.
losing life because they can't focus. And I think if we just start being, and I'm a Christian, so love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you be kind to your neighbor and treat people how you want to be treated, a lot of this would change.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's I think those are strong words, and they're spot on. And maybe as we go into next year, there are going to be things that we should all live by. I mean, 2024 is going to be a fascinating year. I mean, we definitely have things like the elections and the Olympics, et cetera, on the
Yes.
horizon. But tell me more about what you see in 2024.
I see 2024 being a year of expansion. I see it being a year of stretch. I see it being a year that people who you've underestimated, people who you may have thought were in the back, will be launched to the front, because a
Mm,
lot of people have had the opportunity to really see what's going on, not just in the community around them, but globally, worldwide, as we're watching what's going on with Ukraine, Israel. I mean, they're just, now it's a global issue. It's not just, a United States issue. So I really believe that people will develop greater compassion for
mm,
wanting to do more than just show up at a job, come back to their four walls, eat, sleep, and do the same thing the next day. So I
yeah.
really think that next year is going to be that year. And I think a lot of people are going to start stepping up, getting the courage and the boldness to create programs, opportunities for people to come out and be able to use their skills and their gifting to be able to help make our communities a lot stronger.
It will be the I Can Lady year. There you go, right? We'll make it all happen. Shannon, it's been amazing chatting with you. If someone wanted to learn more about what you and the team are doing at Family Services of America, where's the best place to find you?
Home is our website, www.familiesofUSA.com. That's where you can, find out about what upcoming events that we have. We also have a Facebook page where you can see the great things that we do within our community. And if you just want to get connected and find out what you need to do for your next steps in accessing resources, it doesn't matter what state you're from. We have access to that type of resource portal where we could connect you with what's available in your state.
That's great. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for being on the Uncaged show today. We've been speaking with Shannon, the I Can Lady Battle. She is the president of Family Services of America. They have administrative oversight of foster care placement and mental health programs for staff and families in North Carolina. Been talking about really the evolution of the foster care placement space, as well as the expansion and development of mental health programs to support those areas, as well as how they're going to continue to evolve in the near future. Shannon, thank you so much for being on the show today, and we look forward to having you back.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.